Gamers all around the flat universe, TripleePizza is here. He's gonna be playing as Shipmaster in the blue color. And on the other side, his opponent making a return to competitive play. This is Qwerty. Playing as Serina, a really interesting choice. This is our Rising Star League. And we're just in winners round 1, getting things started. £100 in the prize pool. This is our middle league, so the top 4 are typically excluded. But there was a shuffle, so Hero is allowed to play for today because he signed up actually before the shuffle. Atriox has been removed from the top 4 as he no longer plays Halo Wars, so unfortunate news there, but Qwerty is back, and Hetchy and P2 have shown some sign of life. Let's see if they stick around, but I think they didn't end up showing up for today's event, even though they signed up. That's unfortunate, but I think we can expect them in the future when they wake up in time. I know this is early for some of the West Americans. Alright, Qwerty going for the double generator build. Nothing too shocking there, considering that, you know, this is a relatively secure map and Shipmaster isn't likely to rush you. I also see Deku in the chat. Hey guy, hey, if you want to cast some matches today, you go ahead. Hosted side will hook you up with some good matches. There's plenty. Interesting use of the ice. I'm not sure it will work the way Qwerty wanted. Yeah, interesting to see him rush across the map with some Marines just to try to take power nodes over. I think the Ghost will prevent it. Oh, maybe not. Not with that targeting. Marines outnumber the Grunts significantly, so even the Ghost won't be able to make a big difference. 2 Ghosts, that's different. That's doable. If that Grunt joined as well, this would be very one-sided. But it's gonna be quite a trade like this. Marines nearly done with the capture, but does get denied. TripleePizza still doesn't have the back mini. Okay, that was a mistake. It's not a huge deal, but it does set you back a little bit in terms of income. Oh! Hetchy is back. Hetchy will play it. We're fine. But he's gonna have to go through the loser's bracket. That's, yeah, he's late by 20 minutes, so unfortunate there. Anyway, Qwerty has set up his 4 watchtowers. Oh my goodness, this base is super secure now. Upgraded a bunch of heavy supply pads as well. And just making more Marines. The only mission for them will be to capture the power nodes and create the giant ice rinks. We've got Shielded Ghost facing against them. And we should be seeing some Suicide Grunts, because that really is what makes the tier 1 situation work. But so far, nothing. Qwerty does end up getting grenades for the Marines. I think they can hold their own already. Yeah, especially if they fight on the ice, that would be huge. Massive even. Oof. Some pretty good ramps coming through. Not many Ghosts go down in the end. Marine count has been reset somewhat. That's 4 power node for TripleePizza versus just the 1 of Qwerty's. Pretty good situation to be in. TripleePizza can go for tier 2 as well. Some grenades collect, but it's not the worst. Oh, nice one. Picking off a handful of weak Ghosts there. Good targeting there from Qwerty. Once again, heading to the ice. He's upgrading all the pads. This isn't about getting to tier 2. This is about pumping the leader powers, and there's going to be Frost Ravens. So eventually there will be a very rich Qwerty looking at you here. And he's gonna have his drop powers unlocked very early on. So that's drop turret. That's big cryo group. Huh? Why would he try to shatter that? That's too early. Anyway. What are we doing with tier 2? We've got a double raid camp up front. Oh my goodness, this is overproduction. TripleePizza most certainly can't afford all that. Music's a bit loud. What? How? We keep making it more quiet every time. Eventually it will be 0. I reduced it by 5%. There you go. To be fair, that was a loud track. I have to say the Rangers are going to have a difficult time against Frost Ravens. They really don't deal much anti-air damage, and these guys, well, they just freeze pretty much anything in sight. There's the drop turret. Qwerty is working his way to 5th point. There is a Reaver, so that should put a bit of pressure on these Frost Ravens. Qwerty probably needs to get out of the way. Ah! Always sad when a Frost Raven blows up. I love the Frost Raven strats. I mean, Qwerty is literally just a paid actor entertaining me at this point. There's no other explanation for any of this. I'm getting conflicting messages. Now the music is too quiet. What? I'll put it back up 5%. Never trust chat. Tier 2's coming in for Qwerty. He had a lot of power, to be honest. No big surprises there. Already on 3rd generator, and he had 3 power nodes. I think he's keeping him. But is Qwerty gonna upgrade those flyboys or what? Ice cream truck getting a little bit surrounded there by the ghosts. Could be troublesome. Ice cream truck is faster than Hunter, so it should be possible to get away from this for now. But the Hunter numbers are growing, and there's 3 Reavers in here. Those Frost Ravens are not gonna have a great time, I have to say. There's also no turrets here. Oh, Besiege turret? What the hell? That is expensive, Qwerty. How are you gonna do your drop now? Need like 1700 blue. We're getting close to that, to be fair. Reavers are trying to get the kill on the ice cream truck. Oh my god, they're gonna get it, actually. That's wild. Little pea shooters get it done. We've also got the honor guard out from Triple. Ooh, everyone's getting frozen there. But I think what you want to do is freeze the Hunters. If you manage to do that and then do the drop on top of them, they'll also shatter, taking a massive amount of damage. 1 down. There's 2 tanks in the drop, right? So you definitely want to get rid of the Hunters. There's no rush. Qwerty can wait. He's got his hero back up. Spent a lot of money though on all these dropperoos, and that siege turret wasn't cheap, that's for sure. I'm trying to make some Kodiaks now. We've got longer term plans here. It would be very easy for TripleePizza though to add in a bunch of trouts. Shut all that stuff down. Hunter count isn't quite up there for a straight push. But this was a very adventurous Kodiak that probably shouldn't have been here. Anyways, we've got a little bit of a shatter on at least a handful of these units. Displacement... Oh no, that was a teleport. That was a teleport, wasn't it? The two tanks actually making a huge difference here. Triple saving his hunters. And the reverse. Yeah, it's an important teleport then. Turret base coming up for him as well, but the siege turret is actually bullying it. I'm not sure it will come up at that point. Yeah, it's a recycle. Wow. Fourth power node for Qwerty coming right up. Frost Ravens were bait. The real game is Kodiaks. Ooh. Tier 3 and the 7-slot base. And buying all the bases around the map. He is claustrophobic to be triple now. And he still doesn't have shrouds, right? So that's a big problem. Ice cream truck just being an absolute terror. Why are we making ghosts? That's not helpful. Or the marauders. That's the thing though, guys. Shipmaster has to spend so much money on all these power units and then to upgrade them, that you kind of just get to turtle up and deploy all this annoying siege. Make some turrets. The tanks are going to wipe the minis. That's amazing. The main base might not be prepared for this. I think the shield will come up though. They won't have that easy of a time. But you know what? The ice, it works through the shield. Perhaps a glacial storm on this base? No? I guess not. At least Qwerty's extra bases have been shut down, so that's quite a relief for Triple. Maybe he's thinking about a Kodiak? Kodiak, excuse me, Scarab. Unseen Blades getting researched, and then population. It's not a Scarab. It was a huge resource float, so good thing he's taking care of that. But what about the ice cream truck? Qwerty, of course, just getting advanced logistics at this point. He might be working towards Condor. Man's on 45 population. He's definitely preparing for the drop. Honestly, the ice cream truck has no business being here. What is Qwerty doing? He can afford a Condor right now. It's coming. Freeze the buildings. Of all the things to work under the shield, has to be that. Okay, the hunter's probably gonna give these guys the bit. Oh, glacial storm here. I mean, it will evaporate this drop. Or freeze it. Entire main base was frozen there for a moment. and she's definitely being helpful, and they're getting out healed by all these engineers. At least they'll lock down this ice cream truck for a while, but it's starting to gain stars. That's a little concerning. The turret's also not upgraded to be anti-vehicle. Of course, everything on the ground gets frozen. Oh man. Maybe the shield does come back up, but the base itself freezes, and we've got the Condor. From here, I did not expect that. I was just looking at the production. Okay. We freaking made it from the Mini. Absolute mad lad. Well, the buildings aren't gonna last too long here. Especially once the Mac starts firing. But perhaps the ice cream truck is in a bit of trouble. A heal wouldn't hurt. Reavers trying their best to dodge the lasers. As long as they walk, they will do so, but they have to walk in perpendicular to get that done. Connor's actually getting a lot done. Oh, you gotta teleport, but only 2 Reavers might not be enough, actually. It's enough to cause Qwerty to move, but nothing too crazy. He's done his damage already. Destroying that many Reavers. The shield. Those are expensive things. Oh, and we've got another drop, it seems. Triple's totally undefended base is probably just gonna fall. I think you just have to focus the middle, but he wants more kills. If you kill every single building individually, you'll get more leader power XP, right? It makes sense. At the same time, he's kind of playing with his food, isn't he? Oh, the beam. Beam 2 even. Will it get the tanks? Gets one of them. Was good value overall, but what now? The base is still going down, it seems. And the Condor is still kicking. Triple does at least have the 1-star hero. It's something. We're kind of locked into this little eerie small area. It's not comfortable. Ice cream truck's back out. Healing the Condor in the corner. Why not? There's no more minis. Qwerty's gonna own them all. Well, maybe not that, but all the other ones belong to him. It adds up, guys. That's a lot of extra economy. It's like having an extra base, and he's only working on a 4th main base, so I don't see how TripleePizza can comfortably get out of this. The longer it goes, the stronger Serina gets as well. All the ice just becomes too much, especially once you have triple cryo bomb and seismic shatter. Seismic blast, excuse me. It's only getting stronger. Anyway, this bad boy is almost full health. Unfortunately, I think it is just out of range for healing it. Glacial Storm once again. Creating a winter wonderland over here. I'm not sure what Qwerty is doing with all these Marines. He doesn't need them. He's making a lot. It's about the Banshees, isn't it?
Condor's lasers once again managed to target down at least a handful of these. Reavers! 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 Leave!
Oh my god. They're all gonna die. It was an easy 1000 power gain for Qwerty. It's shocking that this guy isn't started up yet, but I mean the Banshees will finish it off. That's not bad. TripleePizza is paying such a high price for that Condor kill. Qwerty still doesn't have 120 population though, so there's an opportunity here for Triple. You can max out, strike hard in the next handful of minutes, then maybe he can turn this around. Things are looking on the up for the first time in a long time. 7-slot base is up over there. Scorch is coming in. Vehicle upgrade 1 is only now coming in. Whoa. You'd think with all these Reavers, you'd want the line upgrade, but we didn't get it. Hero might get a second star soon, but spending a lot of time in the ice does slow the process down a lot. Just Serina things. Might be worth going after the minis with it, since it's an Invisibro anyway. And these turrets would definitely benefit from anti-vehicle ups. With Banish, you can get all the upgrades, right? So, anti-vehicle, anti-air, both are good ideas. Triple doing a great job winning these fights, but Qwerty seems to be ready to do whatever he wants with all this money. It's just, he's making a second Condor. Okay. He's trying to make 2 Condors now. Could be that if he loses a handful more Marines, he just opts into that. He's freezing the base, which is like shutting down a quarter of the economy at the very least. So annoying, this ice cream truck. Just wrecks your eco. Hey, 2 stars. There we go. It's still fairly easy to lose the honor guard. It's not a very healthy unit or anything like that. Even at 3-star status. Oh, right. Of course, this is the one where we make it. I thought the other base with the 2 armories would be it, but no. Oh, that's a great opportunity right there to Mac blast it. Come on. Ooh. Those Reavers have no chance. Such a big value gain for that Condor there. That's insane. Good dodge against the lasers. Those lasers do need a buff, don't they? Like tracking wise. Not damage. Damage is good. It's just they don't hit things when you move to the side. Forget hitting flying things. That's never gonna happen. Winter Wonderland being OP as usual. Just freezing the whole crew. Oh! I think we're gonna see our first wombo combo. No. Where's Seismic Blast? No, okay, that was a little late. But I think Qwerty just unlocked it, so it is what it is. Maybe next time you can time that a little better. No worries. Yeah, shoot down the Nightingale, that's a good idea. At least the healing stops. Bison's gonna be right back out though, and we've got the Mag Blast. Every time it takes a handful of units with it. How many are you gonna kill with this one unit? Oh my goodness. You know, if by any chance TripleePizza had just sent all of those Reavers at once, 7 of them or more, there's no way that the Condor can deal with that. Especially with engineer support and bubbles and whatever. The Marines flooding his base. I think he's gonna give up. Those poor engineers. He can't make it anymore. Even the Cyclops has shock rounds. Everything's upgraded. Qwerty needs the leader power points. He's got 8,000 power! My goodness. Well, that was a game. It counts. Welcome to Frontier. In the blue color, we have Pineapple on Pizza. And he's playing as Atriox. On the other side of the map, Qwerty Spartan is bringing the fire. That's it. Good choice, good choice. After all this chilling, need a bit of chili. This War Council. As expected for Atriox, that's a completely normal play. I wonder how Qwerty will try to deal with it. I would say Sniper is a necessity. You probably want it on the main base. Yeah, 5th building. That's solid because then when those units come out, at least they have some cover from the Marines that also come out from there. But if you do it from here, it's just not as much of a guarantee that it will be safe. You can also afford a turret, hopefully. Got the back mini coming up. I wonder if it's gonna be some kind of double sniper play. You can just about afford it if you manage to get power nodes as well. And it really shuts down the hero play hard. But then you're really opened up to choppers. So you gotta be a little careful with that stuff. I personally like grenades and snipers. Right? Marines and snipers. That's how I usually try to play this. It's not the easiest, especially when the brutes somehow manage to land on the snipers, but Kinsano ones with red line, you should have enough speed on them to be able to avoid it, even if they predict very well where you're gonna go. Chosen's about to finish the upgrade. Now we're farming for XP with all these sentinels. Should be possible to get him to 1 star before engaging snipers, ideally. Need the 3rd power node though. I'm not sure he participated enough in the first one, I wasn't looking. Hey, Qwerty manages to steal a back mini, that's unusual. He's getting up a barracks, but I think it might be a fake out, a bluff. We'll see. How many snipers? 2. Nades coming in, that's smart. Ah, you gotta get more snipers, man. Like 4 snipers, I think, really puts this matchup on your terms as UNSC, and then you can be out on the map and do stuff. That extra generator is a little too soon, in my opinion. Especially with double watchtower. These watchtowers just give you line of sight, not much else. Another huge fan of those, but Qwerty does make a distraction happen with the back barracks. He is actually making Hellbringers from it. It's not as much of a fake out as you'd think, but it draws the units to the back to clean it up, right? And then you have your opportunity to come out, secure your mini base, fight off the sentinels, which again, the Chosen didn't go and get. Going for the side power node is a good idea. Safer, easier. Qwerty will lose the back mini, no doubt. But before he does, a word from his sponsor, the power node's in the middle. Easy to take right now. I think you should do it. Suicide grunts in addition to choppers should be a good cleanup crew for the Marines. Even if they do get off some of their grenades. Now we've got a lot of upgraded pads, which will once again help propel Qwerty forward in terms of leader power progression. You've seen this in the Serina game, it's the same concept here. Just stick with the longer tier 1 because you have drop powers that can hugely impact the fights individually. And again, this is the thing, like the Suis don't work if you have 4 snipers spread out. Like they just get picked off, right? But if you only have 2, they can still kind of amass themselves and get into very nasty battles. But TripleePizza is more interested in going to tier 2, more interested in powering up that Chosen, maybe getting out some Rangers and Marauders. Why did Qwerty only choose UNSC? It's a good question because normally you wouldn't want that, but at the same time, he's Qwerty. He's also playing for style points, not just for victory. And he is good with UNSC. There's nothing wrong with it. Although the higher you go up in competition, the harder it will be to pull off. Not to say that you shouldn't go Cutter and Forge and whatever. Those are amazing leaders. But when you look at the very, very best players, definitely Banished seems on average stronger. At least that's been my observation. That's a beautiful cleanup there. Not sure why Qwerty was here with all those Marines. They didn't even get their grenades off, really. Let's go in tier 2 now. Maybe he just wants the population space to do his big drop at some point soon. So far we've seen no hogs, but those power node captures have been nice. Is this a real sentinel? It seems alive. Shows up on the minimap. Very minor case of node threat. We're not gonna interfere with this. And there goes the combat tech research. Nice stun with the hogs. Oh, we also got the Hellbringer drop. As I said, with that many snipers, the hero is not gonna have much business sticking around. That's why we have teleport, because you gotta get out of all those drops. Ooh, excuse me. Just chilling. Not hurrying up to get anywhere. The watchtowers are not for protection. They're not for seeing further. They're for leader power XP. Maybe so was that swap of buildings. Qwerty really wants the big drop, but he can't afford it right now. It will be some time until he can. There's no vision on this. It would be a prime location for a glassing beam. Triple going ahead with the third gen. Usually I like that on the main base, but so be it. You don't want to lose all your power against Kinsano, right? I really like this about the flame hogs, that they shoot up at the same time as with their flamethrowers, because individual engineers are completely made useless by that. Although you actually have to stick around to pick them off. You must be preparing for the big drop. Oh. More flame hogs first. Dispersion nozzles getting researched. Interesting. And for triple, nothing too interesting is happening. I'm pretty sure these are just unupgraded infantry and vehicles, right? Yeah. Not getting anything. Oh, you don't get XP from watchtowers. That's right. Sorry. So why is he doing it? It's just for vision? I don't buy that. It's so expensive. My bad. Yeah, that would be way too good with recycling and everything. It's real turrets now. Oh god, this is what I mentioned earlier. This is the prime spot for beams. But it has to be cancelled because of that. Good teleportation out though. These 2-star Hornets are absolute menaces, however. The rest of the army is joining up, but they're a little slow. Plenty of hunters around to deal with the vehicles. I'm not sure if this is going to work out great for Qwerty, but he's certainly going to commit. Don't forget though, these units of boomers, they do explode on death. And I think TripleePizza just overextended. If he had fought this under a shield, that would have been so much better, but Qwerty Spartan just snowballing the advantage here, getting the kills, and potentially unlocking Inferno very shortly. Once he drops that on the main base, the shield will basically evaporate, and you can open up on the buildings. Are we gonna get a Kinsano? Yes. Another Warthog drop. If Qwerty makes it to tier 3, you can upgrade them to have the flame mortars as well. I wonder how upgraded the vehicles are. They look like at least Tech 1 vehicles. Who's going tier 3. Should see some Wraiths. They're gonna be a really good answer to the Flame Hogs. Those honestly can't deal with that easily. All the minis are basically toast. Plenty of Hellbringers here to deal with any hunters. Not without the rest of the army. Why are these guys waiting over there? Must be for Inferno. And in fact, losing the Hellbringers must be for drops as well. If Qwerty does get the pop upgrade, which he's not. He's getting infantry upgrades. Okay, that was an accident then. What is this? How can a man be so rich? Oh my goodness. Qwerty could solve world hunger with all that power. I think he's hoarding for next match. Rifled barrel coming through. Joel's is about to gain a whole lot of range. As the Wraith count rises, you really don't want to mess with this. It's all about your mobility. And I think Red Line 2 is through. These are looking like very fast Nightingales. You've got the mortars as well. Kinsano is definitely in charge now of where the fighting happens. Oh, that's a great beam right in the middle of the crew. Despite the speed buff, it does some good damage to Nightingales go down. But the Hogs largely managed to escape. Good work by Qwerty. He still doesn't seem to have his hero, only now making it. Couldn't Eradication wipe those generators? Yes, especially if the Chosen is there. He usually gets to tap those very quickly. Of course, you pop a heal on them as soon as you can. And it's worth upgrading your fortification upgrades, but I'm not sure Qwerty has been doing that. So it's a bit risky to concentrate the generators that much. You'd rather want to spread them out to all your bases. But he's still wealthy as hell, so he can make 2 more here. Nah, he's gonna make garages. Don't need the power anymore. Qwerty's taking his sweet time. Did anyone tell him you can't make a wonder in Halo Wars 2 and win that way? Just fantasizing about domination mode being made competitive, but okay. That's probably not happening until Halo Studios decides the 10th anniversary of Halo Wars 2 deserves something. I really gotta make a video piece for that. Domination would make tournaments so much better. Like, you would have a game mechanic enforced time limit, right? Because you basically just capture the zones and it ticks off. There's a limit to the late game. But the game mode freaking starts with 4 turrets, so it invalidates half the strategies that are aggressive. So we're obviously not going to do that to the players. Anyway, we're opening up for a big fight now. Things might turn around a little bit. The tanks are starting to show up. Flame Wall didn't do that much, to be honest. But here's one thing to keep in mind. The tanks, the Scorpion tanks, are better than the race. Significantly so. These guys are about to get infernoed, so teleportation has to be used there. There's going over there, though. And I'm not sure it's enough. There's so many reinforcing drops as the banished numbers reduce themselves. The UNSC numbers grow, and then you've got the boomers on top, taking down some banished with them. That was great by Qwerty. And now half his army is actually affected by Redline. This is a good opportunity to keep pushing and then maybe drop some napalm missiles on this base. Be chillin'. What are we waiting for? The one Nightingale. Is that all the losses Qwerty's had? No way, dude. Oh, he's making them from one air pad, right? Because, you know, he needs one more supply pad. Yes. Yes, yes. Okay, 2 Nightingales. That's better. We do need some spotting for this, so I think you do want to make like 4 or 5 Nightingales for this. Triple is going to have an insanely difficult time sustaining himself and making more units again. Especially these supply-heavy units are going to be troublesome to afford. He's got some unupgraded harvesters still that really need to be upgraded. And instead of logistics, he should have probably upgraded the bases to 7 slots so he can have more pads. Whereas Qwerty, he can probably just do this all day. He's got the number of Nightingales he needed. 5 now. And we're off to the races. He's full pop. Oh, 6. No? 6, yes. Just not selected. 6. Yes. That's enough generators. We'll take it. Can we attack now, please? Thank you. Well, Triple is setting up for a big counter. If he has enough time to pull it off, it could actually work. But if Qwerty hits now, it could be the end. Beam 2 coming through. Good split though from Qwerty. I think he might lose a Nightingale or 2, but that should be the worst of it. No big deal. How many Banshees? 80 pop of Banshees. Still not great. Making it to 120 though is going to be extremely difficult. And Qwerty is so rich, he would have no problems making mass Wolverines in response. Also upgrading air in case he wants to make some vultures, which typically shut down Banshee plays quite well. Banshees are gonna do their best. Will it be enough? Qwerty's using Hell Charge, creating some boomers in his army. But he does have to respect the Banshees. Ends up having to leave now. It'll be easier when he strikes with like Inferno, napalm missiles. All those powers just need to come off cooldown. Well, the Banshee count is getting there. Triple Pizza. There's 110 pop of Banshees and some NGs, right? Plus the hero, of course. But the Wolverine count has also risen. They have red line. Of course, you can't just sit under the Banshees and take it like a champ. That's never gonna happen. They were moving. Might be able to get a lot more done there. Oh, Inferno has meanwhile been cast. But we're not gonna see a flame wall or anything like that. Napalm missiles might come in soon. I would expect it. Qwerty. Now it's hard to fight the Banshees, but suiciding into the base is entirely doable. Before everyone gets healed up, come on. Well, Inferno just got used and nothing got done with it, so Triple Pizza is not in a bad spot, really. He lost a handful of Banshees, nothing too crazy. As long as he can stop that fourth base from coming up, things are still doable. But once Qwerty starts shifting into more Wolverines and especially Vultures, it will become increasingly easy to take this on. And that's 9 Wolverines right now. They should have no problem with this. He just flame walls his own base. Nice. Okay, it's getting healed. Should be no worries. Wolverines are trading okay. Also got that big drop coming through. Power charge active on many of those warthogs, so they're shooting a little harder there. Oh, but beam 2 in the middle of the army. That's gonna hurt those hogs a lot, but it's currently targeting more of the tanks. Are the boomers gonna actually hurt the Banshees? Maybe not. The Banshees are avoiding it, and there's engineer bubbles, so that's doing well so far. Trying to go under the shields, and Qwerty's army is actually kind of getting wrecked. Banshees, pretty good units. I recently got humiliated on ladder trying to play mass Banshees as Decimus. It was ugly. There was a Johnson. They had the hero, obviously. Just mass bunkers, the healing turrets, and they just went pure Nightingale. And you can't kill them, because they just keep popping the freaking smokes. And then eventually I did manage to take them down. I managed to take their base down and everything, and full pop vultures. Yeah, can't deal with that. So if Qwerty wants to play with his food, he has many options to do so. Although you don't have the regenerating turrets and whatnot. You still have similar tool set. Some good aggressive leader powers as well to go with it. So is Triple actually going to be able to sustain this? It almost looks like he could. I think he has a little too much power. Could get rid of one of those generators. Anyway, the fight is on in the middle. The Banshees are getting wrecked. Oh god. Oh god. This time there's no invulnerability. There's no nothing. Eradication might hit the army, but it's completely missing. Oh, yikes. That's going to be a resignation right there. No way. That was such a bad miss. I don't think you should engage there without like leader power support. There was no reason to do that. Qwerty was obviously rich. He outgathered TripleePizza too much. And yeah, Qwerty is going to move on into our winners round 2. We want to thank our website patrons. This is by far the best way to support MetaPlays. Your contribution helps keep the project sustainable and allows us to produce more and better content. If you aren't yet a patron, check out our link in the description and get in touch to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.